You were born in Roanoke, Virginia back in 1933, and you've told me many stories about how that was the Jim Crow era, and also it was the height of the Great Depression. What was it like for you as a youngster and growing up and being a person of color during that period of time?
Well, it was a difficult time for everyone because of the Depression, but people of color really suffered more. For example, my father worked for the North and Western Railroad, and he often, I remember from among my very earliest memories, that he would always complain that he did this very same work as the white workers, but he received half of the pay, the colored rate of pay. And that is the type of thing that we incurred, and we had to live with half the pay the white people got, and we had the same types of expenses during the Depression.
You mentioned, I guess, that you had some experience as a young child with the Ku Klux Klan. Tell me a little bit about that, and how did you feel? Did you feel threatened or scared, or what was that like?
Well, yes, this was only a few years after I went to New York. Our family was growing. We needed a larger house. We had a nice house before, but we were segregated in a segregated area, and we had to move to a larger house, and Daddy bought a nice large house, but it was in this, what had previously been the white neighborhood. Shortly after we moved in, the Klan came, dressed in their white regalia, and they lit a cross in front of our house, a fine cross, and it was burning outside. And we were, of course, scared to death. But then they threw a rock through the front window and broke the window of the house and said, "Get out, niggers." And Daddy had a gun, a pistol, that he kept locked in a drawer. And he went inside in the room and got his pistol out, turned all the lights off, and directed us to go upstairs. And he stood in the living room where the rock had been thrown with his pistol and watched as the Klan danced about our house and shouted epithets at us.